In this video, I'm going to share with you one of the single biggest mistakes I see both new and experienced entrepreneurs making with their marketing right now. This is a relatively new marketing mistake that most people don't even know they're making, and they certainly don't realize just how damaging this is. So in this video, I'm going to give you the solution for it as well, so you can make sure to avoid it both now and in the future. Because the reality is that making this mistake is losing you customers, it's costing you sales, and it's damaging your brand and your business. So let's fix it now. Hey there, my name is Erhart, marketing strategist, and welcome to the channel, the #1 place for entrepreneurs to learn proven marketing strategies to grow your business online. If you've been in business for any length of time, then odds are good that you've heard the term algorithm thrown around, whether it's through the Facebook ads algorithm, the Instagram algorithm, the YouTube algorithm, or the infamous Google algorithm. But what exactly is an algorithm anyways? Well, an algorithm is really just a set of rules that are used in computations or calculations or problem-solving equations. Essentially, it's all the math stuff that's going on behind the scenes for all the stuff that you see right in front of you when it comes to your social media networks or your search engines or anything like that. So an example here would be, say, the Facebook algorithm deciding, well, which posts are going to get shown to your audience. Same thing goes for the Instagram algorithm, deciding which posts are going to be shown to your subscribers or to your followers. Same thing goes with the YouTube algorithm, deciding which videos are going to appear on the homepage or are going to show up in suggested or even are going to show up for different keyword rankings. And speaking of keyword rankings, that leads us to the most infamous algorithm of all, the Google algorithm, which really decides, well, which websites or which search terms are going to coincide and allow different websites to show up at the top of the Google search engine and which ones are going to get banished to the second page or beyond. Obviously, algorithms have a ton of power. Definitely not denying that. But as we're going to get into in just a minute, you have to understand that it's not really the algorithms that you want to be basing your marketing on. But I'm getting ahead of myself, so we'll get there in a second. See, the first thing that you need to understand when it comes to algorithms, specifically with how the algorithms affect you and affect your business, is to understand that the algorithms, well, it's not people that are making those decisions. Nobody's out to get you or out to get your business and deciding that, oh, your website deserves to be on the second page, or your YouTube video needs to get buried, or this Instagram post is never going to see the light of day. It's not these evil people operating behind the scenes pulling these switches, but rather the algorithms and the computers and the bots and all the automation that takes place, evaluating millions of different factors and deciding what gets promoted, what gets buried, and at what times, and all sorts of different factors like that. So because algorithms rule the world, certainly online, well, there's no shortage of complaints about people going out there bashing the algorithms, especially when they don't see the success that they want. Essentially complaining that their audience isn't growing fast enough, or their channel isn't getting as many views as they want, or their ad isn't getting shown to as many people. And it's easy to understand, and certainly blaming the algorithm and using that as the scapegoat or as the target is a really easy solution because it's an inanimate object, and it's just nice to blame something that really is out there seemingly causing all sorts of havoc and destruction. So if it's easy to blame the algorithm, if it's easy to say, look, this is the issue, well then the logical solution is to try to beat the algorithm, to try to hack it, to try to find out ways to manipulate the system. But as I'm going to argue here, that is entirely the wrong approach, and it could be doing serious damage to your brand, to your business, and certainly to your ability to acquire new clients and customers. So the first problem with this approach of trying to game the system, trying to hack the algorithm, really trying to put the algorithm first in your marketing is that, well, the algorithms are next level smart. So as smart as you may be, and I know you're pretty clever, well, there's no outsmarting the algorithm. They've simply got way too many variables and way too many inputs and way too much data and way too many next level smart people working on them to make them just absolutely incredibly intelligent. As an example, the YouTube algorithm can actually watch a YouTube video as it gets uploaded, and it can make, with relatively accurate predictions, what kind of content the YouTube video is about. It can find objects in the YouTube video. It can predict the speech. It can decide who the video is for and who it's not for. And it can do this, again, with shocking accuracy. Also, to get a little bit nerdy here, it's able to use a term called latent semantic indexing, which again, fancy talk for synonyms, or essentially finding other keywords around that topic. So for example, if you're talking about cats, well, it can also use words like feline, or animals, or house cat, or I don't know a lot about cats. Point of the matter is that you don't even need to use the exact keyword in your video or in your topic for the algorithm to decide what this video is about or what this content is about and what kind of audience or what kind of person that you're trying to get in front of would most benefit from it. So trying to hack the algorithm and figure out how all of this works, well, it's going to be impossible. Not to mention, they always change. What worked yesterday, well, may not work today. What works today may not work tomorrow, at least if we're talking about tactical, surface-level marketing hacks and tricks and really just trying to game the system. The flip side of that, of course, is that those proven fundamentals, marketing concepts, the things that have stood the test of time for generations, decades, millennia, well, those things never change. Humans are humans. But again, getting ahead of myself, we'll get there in just a second too. Now, back when SEO or search engine optimization was a core part of my business, I had to stay on top of the algorithms. I had to learn about all the newest updates and what was going to influence them and what was going to impact my clients' rankings and all that. And I promise it was exhausting. Then when Facebook ads became a core part of my business, well, the same thing applied. I had to familiarize myself with the Facebook terms of service. I had to understand how the Facebook algorithm worked, what kind of engagement signals it was working for, and essentially try to find ways to hack the system and try to really leverage all the tools that they were giving me to get my clients the best results possible. Again, doable, but exhausting. So yes, hacking the system, trying to find those nifty little tricks and those shortcuts, they can work. And they still work, but they may not work forever. And there is a significantly better approach here that will not only allow you to create better marketing, better content, and better ads today, but ads and content and marketing that will stand the test of time and be just as effective tomorrow. And that approach is a human-first marketing approach, essentially prioritizing people, prioritizing humans over algorithms, over bots, and over computers. So when we're talking about a human-first marketing approach, which is the solution to an algorithm-first marketing approach, which I argue here is the worst approach you could ever have, because yes, algorithms are important. They are an integral part of our lives, especially when it comes to online marketing. But you have to remember the algorithms are there to serve people. And if they don't do a good job serving people, well then the algorithms don't work, people won't use the platforms, and this whole thing falls apart. And this is why creating content and marketing and videos and posts that are only designed to hack the algorithm and try to get as much reach as possible, as quickly as possible, well, that's short-term thinking at best, and it's really not going to enable you to build a long-term winning campaign. You see, real winning campaigns, they put people first, and they create offers and messages and content that appeal to the human side of it. And the beauty of this is that it enables you to win on two different levels. The first level is that your marketing and your content, well, it's going to do better with the people that you're actually creating the content for. After all, it's probably not surprising to learn that by speaking in a conversational way and by writing conversational marketing rather than just keyword stuffing the heck out of your marketing, well, it's going to do a whole lot better when somebody reads your content and it sounds like a real human rather than somebody who's clearly trying to game the system. But not only will your content do better with people, it'll also do better with algorithms, because remember, the algorithm is there to serve the people. So if the algorithm starts to sense that people are engaging more with your content, they're consuming it more, they're enjoying it more, well, the algorithm is going to naturally promote your content over somebody else who's strictly trying to beat the system. So really, it's a win-win situation here. All right, so what can you do as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, to give yourself the highest likelihood of success when it comes to your marketing? Well, it all comes down to mastering the proven fundamentals and marketing principles that have really stood the test of time, which is why the next thing you're going to want to do is check out the video I have linked up right here on Introduction to Marketing. So make sure to check that out now, and I'll see you in the next episode. As I fell in love with marketing years ago when I first got interested in figuring out why people buy and act the way they do, and later how to influence and